Good morning. You are watching Optv Global News with me, Sobia Ali. Let's start by taking a look at the headlines first. Let's get to the top stories of the day. First of all, international headlines. Russian forces have taken over the Ukrainian city of Kherson. The strategic port city of 290,000 people are near the Black Sea come under siege. 1 million Ukrainian refugees flee from the country in 7 days after Russia's invasion. China will not join in sanctions on Russia that have been led by the West. The country's banking regulator said China will continue to maintain normal economic and trade exchange with relevant parties. Pakistani embassy in Ukraine has won hearts by providing food shelter to Indian students stranded in Ukraine. Pakistani embassy in Ukraine has won hearts by providing food shelter to Indian students stranded in Ukraine. The Pakistani embassy accepted these Indian students in when they found no one at the Indian embassy. Pakistan has obtained taking part in voting against the resolution as UN General Assembly demands Russia withdraw from Ukraine. Japan and New Zealand lead condemnation from Asia, but Pakistan, India all abstained. From Russia, fighter jets briefly entered Swedish territory over of the Baltic Sea. The Swedish Armed Forces said that the situation was under control. Pakistani American named as senior advisor to New York mayor for the first time in history. A noted social political figure, Ehsan Chugtai, has been nominated as senior advisor on South Asia and Muslim affairs. At least 5 suspects owned by Russian billionaires were caught by crushing in the Maldives. Indian Ocean Island nation does not have an extradition territory with the United States. United Nations warned that Afghan economic collapse is approaching a point of irreversibility. UN envoy to Kabul told the UN Security Council that they can truly assist the Afghan people without working with the Taliban. India's opposition has stepped up pressure on the government to condemn the Russia's invasion of Ukraine. India is yet to criticize its long-standing arms supplies Russia publicly. Israel's Supreme Court has forced the eviction of 4 Palestinian families from Sheikh Jarrah. The judge said that families would be recognized as protected tenants and would pay a Jewish settler group symbolic annual rent. And it's time for Pakistan news. Commander Islamic Republic of Iran Air Force Brigadier has called on Chief of Army Staff General Qamar Javed Bajwa. Here at General Headquarters, the Army Chief stressed the need of collective efforts towards regional stability. 1.250 Pakistanis have been evacuated from Ukraine since the beginning of the Russian invasion. At least 19 Pakistanis are present at the Ukrainian-Romania border. Pakistan has retreated dialogue only way forward to resolve Ukrainian-Russia conflict. The decision was taken during a meeting chaired by Prime Minister of Pakistan Imran Khan on security matters. The 26th Chief Justice of the Supreme Court of Pakistan, Justice Asif Said Khan Khosa, has been selected to receive the Justice Excellence Award 2022. The International Institute for Justice Excellence ceremony will be conducted in The Hague in a few weeks. Chairman Pakistan's People's Party Bilawal Bhutto Zardari has declared a war against Prime Minister Imran Khan. Bilawal claimed that Prime Minister had reduced the price of petrol and electricity after seeing the Awami March of Jialas. 3 people, including Deputy Superintendent of Police, lost their lives while more than 20 others sustained injuries in an explosion at Quetta Jinnah Road. An improvised explosive device was used in the blast. At least 5 people are believed to be injured after an explosion occurred at third coal plant. Anglo said that the explosion occurred in the conveyor belt system. Not a single patriotic volunteers is available at any public sector hospital in Hyderabad and Mirpur Khas division in district Tharparkar. Health officials at public hospitals in Mirpur Khas, Mithi, Thatta, Badin also confirmed that children requiring artificial breathing were mostly referred to Karachi.
Equal justice under law. We haven't yet lived up to that promise marginalized communities across our nation. I'm Faisal Gill. I saw how the color of your skin, so I went to law school because I wanted to fight to make the law work for all, because I wanted to give back, because Black lives matter, because we need to incarcerate less and educate more. Deserves justice.
And it's time for health news. Drug overdose death rates in the United States soared during the COVID-19 pandemic. A study by University of California suggested that Black and brown communities were hit hardest. Demand for COVID-19 testing is falling in United States care down more than 90% since the peak of the pandemic, but experts caution test is as important as ever. And now let's get to the top stories from Science and Technology's world. Consortiums of 8 states if US has announced an investigation into TikTok possible harms to young users of the platform. The investigation focuses on TikTok's techniques to boost young user engagement. And now let's get to the top stories from sports world. Russia's oligarch Roman Abramovich has announced to see Chelsea's football club after Ukraine invasions. No timetable was provided, but Abramovich said the sale will not be fast-tracked. Pakistan's cricket board has made another change in the test squad for the first match against Australia. PCB added Mohammad Abbas as a receivers. Pakistan Cricket Board will hold a PSL-style league next year for women cricketer. PCB chairman Ramiz Raja has also given the approval. And now let's get to the top stories from entertainment world. Pakistani megastar Fawad Khan and Sanam Saeed have reunited for a Z5 show after 10 years. Yet to be titled web series is a blended of a magical realism and supernatural fantasy with a family reunion. Bollywood actor Vicky Kaushal jams to Pakistani singer Hassan Rahim's song Juna. The actor filmed himself lip-syncing to the song and dancing in front of his mirror. Bollywood star Amir Khan got emotional after watching Amitabh Bachchan's Jond. The movie captures the life of a social worker, Vijay Baras, who motivates some kids to form a football team. Netflix has offered to buy publicly listed Finnish Next Games. The company's latest game, Stranger Things Puzzle Tales, is based on Netflix hit 80s horror drama series. It's time for business news. Pakistan's trade deficit has waned by 82.2% during the July 2021 to February 2022. The trade deficit has reached a whopping $31.959 billion. Oil prices has surged, backed as supply disruptions mounted following sanctions on Russia's bank. Brent crude oil and US West Texas Intermediate crude futures further rose by more than $8. So that's all we have in this edition of Optv Global News. Keep watching and stay safe.
Equal justice under law. We haven't yet lived up to that promise, marginalized communities across our nation. I'm Faisal Gill. I saw how the color of your skin, so I went to law school because I wanted to fight to make the law work for all, because I wanted to give back. Because Black lives matter. Because we need to incarcerate less and educate more. Deserves justice.